Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Tuesday, the 22nd of November, 2022. I hope you are feeling okay today, well, in yourself, body and mind. This is the Guardian medium level Sudoku puzzle. Generally speaking, on a Tuesday, it's really an easy level game, but they call it a medium. That's my experience, which is quite considerable in playing the Guardian now. It goes back quite a few years. What to do about the world? Oh, well, I can't put the world to rights. I'd love to. We all would love to over a beer or something, like to put the world to rights, but we can't, of course. But we can at least try to improve it in any way that we can, any small way. And what to do about hateful people who want to go and murder others because they feel that they are in some kind of strange group that doesn't belong or shouldn't be. Of course, a persistent problem. Well, of course, nobody has a perfect answer, but I think something that could be attempted a bit more, I think it's been done to some extent, but a bit more, is that when people are recognized as having some kind of danger signs, they need to be exposed to humanity and removed from their online bubbles, you know. I think in the last few years... excuse me. I'm not getting emotional. I'm just clearing my throat. In the last few years, the internet has become so powerful and so much a part of people's lives. I mean, you're watching this now on the internet, right? It's become so much a part of people's everyday lives that we tend to rely on it. And with the more kind of solitudinal, that's not a word, I've just made that up, but a life of more solitude, more solitude-based life. I mean, singles, are quite more in the norm these days than previously, where people were, where marriage was seen as the only option. I think people have become devoid of contact with human beings, you know, and this is a terrible thing. And I think that people, as I said, people who, if we recognize danger signs in people, those people have to be moved. I mean, you know, people who would like to murder gay people need to be exposed to gay people in a friendly way, you know, and seen that, oh, guess what, human beings, and people who are I'm not going to say Islamophobic, but I'm going to say people who are very anti-Muslims, the people, as opposed to the religion, you know, and see the people as some kind of, you know, devil or whatever, as opposed to being human beings. They need to be exposed to this kind of thing. I mean, you can have disagreements. I have many disagreements about religion. Really, I do, as you will know if you've been on this channel for a long time. I often complain about all religion. But that's not the people, the human beings who, you know, believe a particular religion or support its practices. People who use religion to further their own ends for financial or social or political capital, well, those people are beyond the pale. But that's the other thing that needs to be done, is they have to be held accountable in some way. People who use hate speech to decry others, to put down others, to, you know, other groups. I'm using other as a verb here. It's been used before. I'm not the first person to do it. Who tend to other groups. That means put them in, you know, like a group of non-humans or something like that, to dehumanize people. This needs to stop, and this needs to be done legally or however, you know, whichever ways. I mean, I'm talking about legally, of course, but I mean, with what kind of penalties, I don't know, but something needs to be done to stop the insanity of online hate speech. It's really dreadful. Right, okay, I've had my morning rant, so now I should be ready to face the world. I have got work to do today. It's still early in the morning. Yesterday's New York Times game for me, which is a harder level game, was a bit of a failure because there was something really obvious, and it was such a face palm when I started to fill in some candidates, and everybody pointed it out. Thank you for everybody for pointing out what I knew. But I was so tired yesterday, and I didn't manage to get in a third game either, because the other game that I played was previously. So let's get started, shall we? I'm going to assume you know. Well, it's Tuesday. Well, okay, look, very quickly. Every row across has 9 squares. We need to fill in numbers 1 to 9. Every column down has 9 squares. We need to fill in 1 to 9. And every block, like this block here, which is lacking a 3, needs numbers 1 to 9. As I said, lacking a 3, you can see intersecting 3s from around here like this. And so that means the only place where a 3 can go is there. Oh, I'm hearing my stomach. I hope you're not hearing it too. Okay, let's get on and see what else we can find. Oh. Let's try to wake up first of all. That would help, wouldn't it? Okay, I see the 6s blocking up these 2 columns like this, and a 6 blocking across here. I say blocking meaning forbidding those squares from becoming a 6. And so I know that a 6 is going to have to fit there. I see this one protecting these, this one protecting these 2 squares here from becoming a 1, and this one here doing likewise in this chute. And so up here in this column, we know that 1 must fit here. Now, you could have just said 1 blocks up here and 1 blocks up here. And if you did, well, good for you, because there are many alternative ways to find the same information. We have 1 blocking up here, 1 across here. That's going to put a 1 into that square there. Got the hang of it. I see the 1 and a 9 blocking across here, but for beginners, I'm not sure if you need to know about this. Maybe. One thing you might want to do as you progress is to find pairs of numbers that block across like this. So we have 1 and 9 blocking across like that. How does that help us? Well, if we see that 1 and 9 block across these 2 rows, this row and this row, well, we can say there's only 2 squares left. So we know that 1 and 9 must exist in those squares only. Got it? I'm teaching a bit of more slightly more medium level stuff here than a basic level, which is what I do on a Monday. So what do we know now? Now we know that the 3 blocks across here like this and the 3 blocks down here. And so we can place our 3 there. Shall we look, see if we can find anything else? Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. We know 1 and 9 is here. So what else do we know? We're looking for 2. Well, we see the 2 in those 3 squares there. We know actually 2 is in those squares. Because let's stop for a moment and see the 2s. When you see something, I think you should stop what you're doing and see it. If you find you can actually place a number, you should stop what you're doing and do it. So as soon as I saw the 2 there, I stopped for a moment. So let's come back here. We got 1 and 9 here, so now we got the 2s here. The next number we're looking for is 6. Do we know anything about the 6? No, I think not. And how about the 7? No, not yet. How about the 8? No, not much. So just knowing that the 1 and 9 here wasn't particularly useful yet, but we could do something else. We could check along here and find out the other numbers, knowing that this is 1 and 9. So now we know what goes in here. It's got to be 5, 7, and 8. Well, okay, I've seen something else now, so I can't quite tell which is which. But anyway, in the meantime, I've seen the 5 blocking down here, and that is going to give me a 5 there. And so now we know that 7 and 8 are missing in these 2 squares. Now we can find this digit here for sure, because we know this has to be 7 or 8. And so the missing number here to complete the series 1 to 9 will be a 4. If this is too fast for you because you're an absolute beginner, just replay, go back and play the video again to a point where you can understand it. 4 blocks up here like this. I don't think it is. I mean, I think even if you're a beginner, it should be okay. It shouldn't be too difficult to follow, but it's difficult. Sometimes, if you've been playing for a long time, it's quite difficult to imagine yourself back in the situation of being a complete beginner. That's always difficult at anything. If you're trying to teach anything, to go back and become a complete beginner again, put yourself in that person's shoes, can be a tricky thing. Right. Let's get on, shall we? Right, what's going on now? Okay, so we have ourselves like this. 1 blocking across here, 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 and 1 blocking across here. Hey, in this column down here, look, there's just 1 empty square not attacked by a 1 from its left. Attacks from the left. That's what you accuse me of. Okay. 1 fits in there. Right, what else do we need? Let's have a look. Okay, we have 7 blocking across this square here, so this can't be a 7. In this column, we don't yet have a 7, so the 7 must appear here. And the final digit here will be an 8 to complete the column. Well, I see the... Oh, no, I don't. I was about to tell you something false. That wouldn't be good, would it? Where to? All right, let's click on the numbers one by one. Just might give myself an idea of where things go. Okay. Makes it easier to see sometimes when you highlight. Every number appears. If you're using a computer, this is a real advantage because if you just highlight one number, every other iteration of that digit appears highlighted on the screen, and it can just help you find stuff very quickly, I think. Now, I'm just doing this looking for something very easy. There are more difficult things I could do, but I think that it's a Tuesday puzzle. There must be something very easy on here, right? I'm sure of it. Guardian always gives us easy puzzles on a Tuesday, unless they're going to break their rule today, which is possible, I suppose. Okay, we've got 7 blocking this square and 7 blocking this square here, in this row, so that's where the 7 must lie. Oh, just a single. So just one single 7 given at the outset. How many 8? Well, there are no 8s given. Was that an actually? It's blue, isn't it? So that means I put that in. I didn't even notice. I think they didn't give us any 8s to begin with. How about that? Thank you, Guardian, for a Tuesday. Okay, you're stepping up your game a little. Okay, so now we got the 9 down here. Oh, okay. So before, when I said the 1 and 9 was here, what I didn't do, I said the 1 and 9 blocked across here like this, and 1 and 9 in these 2 squares. I see this is black, so it's been there all the time, hasn't it? And you were shouting at me, no doubt, hey, that's black, you can place the 1 and 9 already. So yes, I could have done, but it is early morning here, and that's my excuse. 1 up, 1 across, 1 goes in there, that's the final digit, 1. 9 blocks up here, 9 blocks up. I always laugh when I make mistakes. Some people, I think, get angry. I don't generally. I sometimes get frustrated at my own lack of observational skills. Like yesterday, I think, when I was playing the New York Times game, I think I was feeling quite frustrated that I missed something so obvious. But I never get angry, really. That's a silly thing to do when playing a game, isn't it? Right, now, let's see. Alright, let's go back to... Oh, we don't need 1s. We've got all the 1s already now. So 2 blocks up here and 2 blocks up here. That's going to put 2 into that square there. Now, okay. Okay, so 5 is in one of these 2 missing squares here, blocking across here, 5 blocking across here, and the 5 up here. That's going to put a 5 in that square, 5 blocking down here, 5 up here. There's our 5. So the missing numbers here and here are 6 and 8, but we don't have any intersecting just yet. So we'll come back and solve that little conundrum later. This is quite interesting from The Guardian, really. Normally, as I said, Tuesday is normally just a very easy game that you can do without even clicking on the digits, really. It's generally very simple indeed, but I think today they're making me think slightly more. I'm not saying it's anything more than an easy game, but at least they are making me think a bit more than normal. And I'd say that's a good thing when it comes to Sudoku, wouldn't you? Okay, so now there's 7 blocking across here and the 7 going up here puts 7 in one of these two squares, blocking down, 7 blocking down. So we know that the 7 goes here. Now this 8 blocks this square here, and we must have an 8 for this column, so we know that the 8 goes here. 6 finishes this block here. And I think it's a 6 that we need to finish this column as well. So let's do that. Now we have 6 across here and 6 across here and a 6 down. So 6 in that square, 6 blocking down like so, gives us a 6 there. And then the 6 blocking across here puts a 6 into that square there. Yeah, so this has been definitely, I think, a step up from its normal, from the normal Guardian level, let's say. Okay, we have 4 blocking down here and 4 blocking these two squares. So here's where our 4 must go. And then 4 up, 4 down, and 4 across here. So 4 is going to be in that square there. That's the final digit 4. Five blocks across here like this and 5 blocks across here. So 5 appears in that square. 5 blocks up here. Here's the space for our 5. 5 now blocking down here and across here like this means, and 5 up here like this puts a 5 into this square, and then 5 blocking across these 2 rows gives us the final 5 there. 8 blocking across here puts an 8 into this square. I think we need 9 to finish this block here. 9 blocks across here and across here, or you could just say the missing digit from this row is a 9, the same thing will happen. We are missing a 7 from this row, and from this block or this column now we are missing an 8, and we need an 8 for this empty square up here like this, and then the 8 blocks across this row, and this 8 across this row gives us an 8 there to fill in the missing digit. In the top row it's a 7. 7 blocks this way, 7 blocks up that way, 7 goes there. 7 now blocks down here, that gives us a 7 in this square. 7 blocks square. Strange words I'm using today. 8 will be the last square to fill in here. You can use the word cell if you prefer, or you can mix them both up and end up with some amalgam. The missing word here is an 8. Missing word. Oh my god. I'm going to have a really bad day at work today. I'm just going to mess up my words. I should be saying all kinds of strange things. Missing number here is 2. 2 blocks up here, that's going to be a 2 there. The last number to place here is going to be a 3. If I can find it, 3 blocks across here and gives us a 3 in that square. And to finish today's Guardian medium level, a 2 will do it much tougher. It's still an easy level puzzle, but it's tougher than a usual Tuesday, almost bordering on a medium level. There we are, let's say that. Thank you very much. I've got another day of work today. I'm not sure how my Sudoku is going to fit in with my regular life today, but we'll see. See ya. Bye bye.